Okay, so I normally don't do sequel videos, and when I do them, I usually wait a long time between. But, big but, the video I put out just a few days ago has certainly had an impact on the channel as a whole. Somewhere in the realm of over 20,000 views and over 200 more subscribers, so I think I'm warranted to do a small follow-up to not only explain some things better, but to acknowledge a few comments. Not every comment though, because there's over 300. First off, I want to acknowledge the clickbait used in the previous video. I have only ever done this sort of red circle, red arrow clickbait once, and it was on a parody video back when I tried to have a story on the channel. I assumed people looking through YouTube would just think this is satire or something. Nobody unironically does thumbnails like this anymore, right? Nobody would actually think I'd make an 8-minute long deep dive into the crabs of Minecraft and why you should vote for them. Well, apparently a lot of people just assumed what the video would be about and left comments before watching 5 seconds of it, because if you watch the video for more than 5 seconds, you know it doesn't actually focus on crabs and just talks about mob votes in general. And I literally subvert the expectations within the first 5 seconds. But a lot of people left comments as if they just watched an actual call to action for crabs. Let's look at a few of those now. Look, I just thought it was funny, but I can also only blame myself for making the video kinda clickbaity. Second, a lot of comments were pointing towards this thread that King B-Dogs, one of the developers at Mojang, made in response to a lot of the add all 3 mobs claims that players like myself have made in the past. I read through it, and although I won't say he's incorrect here, because, he's not, he's one of the developers and will certainly know more than I ever will about the behind-the-scenes stuff, I will say that some of the reasoning seems off to me, but I can't quite put my finger on why, so I will respectfully acknowledge he did say this stuff here. A modder actually made their way into my comments too, and had this to say. I want people to understand, as a modder myself, that the reason mods take less time is mostly because of the loaders associated with them, but also sometimes because of the ideas. Sometimes people take the studio's plans and add them to the game early. Yet Alex's mobs really disproves this. This mod has fully fleshed out and original ideas. However, Mojang, on the other hand, has to go completely from their source code. They also fix bugs to make Minecraft playable, and they also have to come up with ideas that won't overshadow others. This isn't to change anyone's opinions, yet thank you for your time. Thank you, Natty Crap. If it's alright, I'll just refer to you as Natty as opposed to Mr. or Mrs. Crap. What Natty's pointing out is that unlike Mojang, modders don't have to worry about porting to multiple consoles, fixing tons of bugs, reiterating on ideas, getting feedback, fixing those new bugs, and reiterating after the feedback. They don't have any hurdles like that to overcome. So the statement, modders can add all 3 quickly, isn't as valid as people would think. I'm not disregarding this, not at all, but the point I was making in the previous video in regards to how hard it is to implement ideas is that unlike the very first mob vote that was just really bare bones ideas, the past few mob votes have seemingly had more put into them. Seemingly. For all we know, Mojang isn't fleshing these ideas out any more than they did back in the first one. I only claim that they look to be more fleshed out, and it's because they're making the vote more flashy and hype building, what with the live video drops and the high quality animations. In the 2017 mob vote, all 4 mobs were showcased by gens just pointing at paper sketches and talking about them, and releasing all of them at once with no crazy build-up. My biggest problem is how Mojang communicates with their community directly and indirectly with these mob votes. They directly say that the votes are used to determine what the community wants and that these mobs are just ideas. But indirectly, they imply that the mobs are almost, if not completely designed given how they're presented, leading to underwhelming reception. Vocally showing your support for your favorite mob will help them win, which then leads to people taking that as fighting with everyone online or trying to rig votes. And despite it never being said anywhere directly, a lot of people assume the losing mobs will never be added. That last point could be chalked up to the community not paying attention, but as far as I'm aware, they've only directly said this once in an official way with the biome vote. It could be assumed that the losing mobs will have future potential like mangrove swamps did back in the biome vote, but with how Mojang presents these as big voting events and to hurry and pick your favorite now, beat the others, they could also just not happen ever. I know that's not the case, Mojang has said it before, but it's how they imply it. And finally, to wrap up this stupid little follow-up that didn't really need to happen, I'm stupid. Okay, I'm just gonna admit it, and I'm also stubborn, and usually when I say something that is based off of opinion, like, you know, that entire previous video that was unscripted, just me ranting, I'm gonna stick by my opinion. I still stick by pretty much everything I said in that video, and I'm not gonna apologize for it, nor am I going to get worked up at the multiple people in the comments who completely disagreed with it and tried to, I don't know, prove that they're smarter or something. I don't know, I don't care. I make videos because I want to. I am also probably going to step away from talking too much about Minecraft update discords because I always forget how much of a toxic minefield it is. Please watch anything on my channel that isn't this video or the one that came out before it. I know you probably came from that video given how it's been going. Just watch something with more substance. Watch my Stanley Parable video. Watch my Donkey Kong video. Anything else, please. Thank you. Good day.